This is part two of Rail Trail. Or we brought the Terrapro, now we're bringing the Pinnacle. It has a little bit smaller wheels on it, but it's considered an off-road truck. The other one's considered a highway truck, even though it has bigger wheels. And the diff lock is always on. See, this thing has two spare tires on the bottom. I thought those would be a good idea, but now I'm thinking about getting rid of them because they seem to get me totaled all the time. But maybe it's protecting my fuel tank as well, so I might just keep it just for that purpose because it would also keep me from getting hurt. So we're talking about 6 logs, not 6 loads. It's a good thing that's all we need. I gotta get closer. Oh, that's a bit too close. Better move over a little. I think I better keep the spare wheel. I'm gonna anchor down and load this thing up. This thing is awkward. That's got it. I'm just gonna convoy out with the TUS 420 in the front. If you have a TUS 420, both of these Macks make great log trucks. But whenever they release that all-wheel drive kit for these two trucks, you won't even need a TUS 420. But in all fairness, it did it without a TUS 420. The other truck did. And I know this one could, but I just want to do it for the sake of time. I gotta move that thing away from these stumps before I hook to it. That should do it. This will most likely be my way of using both of these Mack trucks. I'm not saying I won't use them. I'm just saying I'll be using the Tuz 420 with them. I gotta make sure I don't let my log slide out. This is the first time I've ever used the low range on the Tuz 420. I'm not doing it because of traction. I'm only doing it to try to keep those logs in. I'm just gonna go the same way the other truck went just to see how much easier it's gonna be with the Tuz 420. Of course, I did have 2 loads of long logs on the other truck, and I have 2 loads of mediums on this one. I just have to make sure my logs don't slide out. I'm going to take the same exact path because I can't take this thing through the middle of the swamp either. I think that made quick work of it. I'm just going to fuel this thing up and move it out of the way. Let's get these medium logs in. I'm just going to drop 3 of these on the side. Let's get this packed and turned in. That's one of them. Let's pack it and get it in. Now we've got 2 loads of long logs to find. They have 2 loads down here. It's right by the garage. These are unlimited, and they're also by the garage. We've got to get down to the garage. I'll turn this thing around and point it towards the railroad tracks, and then I'll go get the TUZ 420. I'll lead with the TUZ 420. That should make our trip a whole lot quicker. I'll probably fuel this thing up with the OD Caterpillar also. I already refueled the TUZ 420. I'll just top that truck off and then park this somewhere out of the way. This should be good. I don't know what I was thinking. I went the wrong way. just going to mark a path. That should do it. Okay, it should be good. You should be able to get over there and back pretty quick like this. Let me see where that road comes out at. It's hard to say. I don't think I've ever went down that road that I know of. I may put the TUS 420 in the rear this time when I start from the fuel station. I think it could probably push just as well as it could pull. I don't know if that will help me, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to take this thing out here and stop it on the road. And I'm going to leave it in the rear this time. This thing doesn't use much fuel. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to give it a try. We're rolling in high gear with the diffs locked. This is actually the highway truck. I think the Tug 420 gave me a boost right there. We're going up right here. That was a giant rock. Can't do that in high gear. Is the Tuz gonna help? Probably not. I'm gonna let it lead. This ain't no good rock crawler. Sunk up to the axle. It's having a hard time. I think it's straight now. If I can just get this turned. I didn't want to turn. Popping a wheelie. Goodness. That was pretty rough. There's got to be a better way. Might go down behind the garage after I get loaded. It might be easier. I'm going to look at the map and see how much farther it would be if I do that. Is this it? It is. That's a big hump. Here we go. I cut a bunch out of this because I loaded this trailer up and I started up this hillside and they all fell out. Since long logs are unlimited at this station, it was quicker just to delete all of the logs. I turned it around and I'm going to reload it and take it back down the same way I came up. But first, I'm going to take this Tuz 420 and move it down around the curve. I'm going to need it to help me with the rock crawling. We'll have to move pretty slow to keep the logs from falling out, mainly because we can't pack them. This should be good. Let's get over here and load these up. I gotta switch it to manual loading. There we go. I probably need to drive forward just a little ways. Okay, let's get these loaded. Okay, let's restore the crane and hit the road. I guess we're gonna have to take it real easy to keep these unpacked logs from sliding out. I'm just gonna hook up to the Tuz 420 and keep this thing in low gear. Let the Tuz do all the work. It's not too bad right now, but we haven't hit the steep part yet. The Tuz 420 driver lost his mind. I'm gonna have to get out and help. Okay, let's keep the convoy going in this direction. It can't even move on its own. The Tuz 420 driver forgot what he was doing again. I'm gonna have to swap trucks and move it. This might work. We shouldn't need it for much longer. Once we get to the highway, we should be able to take it all the way in without needing any help from the Tuz 420. I'm gonna try to get around that Tuz and just go on to the asphalt. It keeps trying to turn in different directions. It don't ever want to go straight. Oh, that is close to tipping. I'll just drive on up to the asphalt and bring the Tuz and convoy on to the fuel station. This should be good. I'm just going to leave this thing at the fuel station once we get down there. On the road again. This rocky mud is a little bit difficult with this truck and a double load of logs. At least none of our logs fell out. That's what we were trying to accomplish. The TUS 420 has saved us in a lot of ways. But we're just going to leave it right here. We don't need it for the rest of this trip. I'm just going to top this thing off and we'll take it on in. We'll just go around the outside of that trench. We'll stay on the grass all the way up. That should keep our logs from falling out. I'm not going to go rock crawling if I don't have to without all-wheel drive. It would probably be quicker to go around the outside of this even if you had all-wheel drive. We just got to go behind that last tree up there. We could probably cut in sooner, but I don't want to try exploring with a double load of long logs. That was the roughest part of the trip, but we took a detour. Some would say that a truck is useless without all-wheel drive, but this truck actually does pretty good. It's smooth, it's powerful, and it has great handling. Watch how smooth these shocks are with a double load of pong logs. You saw it in the rocks. You saw it in the mud. You're going to see it on the railroad tracks. But I think it speaks for itself. I would just advise you to keep a Test 420 close by in case you do get in a bind. Knowing the map is the main thing. If you know where to go, you can pretty much depend on a rear-wheel drive vehicle. But of course, everybody knows it's going to be faster with an all-wheel drive vehicle. I'm just waiting on the all-wheel drive update for these Macks. There's the Pinnacle with that wonky crane. I might need a lot more practice to get good at using that thing. I'm going to have to drop 3 of these on the side, pack it, and turn it in. So it's time to anchor down and get it in. That should pack. One more. That's going to do it. This concludes my review of the Mack Dual Pack DLC. I think the Pinnacle is maybe less useful than this one, but I think also we're going to do a lot better when they give us the all-wheel drive upgrade for them and maybe some bigger tires for the Pinnacle. Contract completed. Rail trail. Just what we needed. Thanks for your work.